staff, management, or parent company, Clear Channel Communications Incorporated.
Welcome to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ, offering support for those who care for a loved one. A show that cares about you and supports and encourages you, the caregiver. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show. I am hoping that we're live and everyone can hear me. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood of Tampa Bay. We're so fortunate to have the beautiful spring weather start already and show its ray of sunshine, and not too hot yet, but just, enough to get you going, thinking the blooms are just happening on the trees and the plants and the flowers. And, I think spring is in the air, and we've got a great show for you today. I am so thrilled. One of the things that we do with our guests and our sponsors, we do things differently. We do things innovatively. We do things very intuitively. And we really know that caregivers carry such a heavy burden, and our goal is to help alleviate that burden, to make it lighter, to make it wider, have them feel expansive rather than contracted with sadness and stress, but more like, I can breathe now because I listen to the show. I follow what Kim suggests. I listen to her guests, and it's really making a difference in my life as a caregiver, in my journey, and I am so, so grateful. And I'm very grateful, too. I've got fabulous sponsors who just really are dedicated to the vision of helping caregivers. And maybe they've been touched with care by being a caregiver themselves, or they just kind of see it down the road, or they just know that this is a market that really is focusing on finding information, resources, and guidance every day. And my Google Analytics show that we've got thousands and thousands of caregivers who watch the show every month throughout the week. But also, we looked at the month, and the month is just fabulous. You've got 3,000 caregivers who just want to really come to our website and see the articles and see the show and really get connected. And this show is also very special because it's for caregivers only. Yes, I made it just for you. Optimal care from the inside out. And this is really showing you that we look at you holistically as a caregiver. Who are you? What are your needs? What are your wants? What are your desires? What inspires you? What motivates you during your caregiver journey? And maybe even after. So many caregivers feel that they're still in that rhythm of being caregivers after they've lost their loved one. And we are here to help support you and guide you every day. Every day we're here for you. But Mondays we're live at 11 a.m. till noon. But you can also see an encore show on Saturdays from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. If that's such a gift for you, to be able to have that extra opportunity to watch this and hear this live. We have now live web streams so you could see me. And you could see our guests, and how wonderful to be able to connect with them, feel they're more approachable. Maybe I can call that person, that Tina Costa from Arcadia Home Care and Staffing, because I've seen her on the show every month. And maybe I can even connect with that Mike Lavoie from Beacon Asset Financial, because, he seems like a really good guy. He's got a great story, a caregiver himself. I bet he'd really understand my needs. And Bill Rambaum, elder law attorney. Those legal documents, I just gave him a referral over the weekend. I got a call. So we make it all happen for you every day. But those Google Analytics are really growing, and we really appreciate you connecting with us through social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And we've got this fabulous helpline to help you also. Caregivers call me 24/7, and I reply to them as quickly as I can, even over the weekends, even on evenings. I called one on the way into the show today. She had seen me at an Alzheimer's event, and now she wants to help me with her husband. So this is happening, and this is growing. And if you're tuning in, you're in the right place at the right time. Again, this show is about for caregivers only, optimal care from the inside out. And today our guests are Eddie Fernandez. I just met this gentleman, and our lives are changing already. Health coach at Eden's Organics. And he's going to really be talking about why we should be eating organically and how you can get his produce and products delivered to your home or to your office. And I've done 2 events this week already where people are connecting with him. And so we're very excited because people want to change the way they live. They want to live optimally. And Tina Costa, RN Regional Sales Manager at Arcadia Home Care and Staffing, is our guest today. So we're so excited that she is here to be with us again, giving us a different perspective of working with families nutritionally, looking at their needs, maybe having that conversation, helping them, guide them, giving them the resources. Such wisdom. Tina Costa is a powerhouse, and we're so happy to have her energy with us today. She's just giggling on the side. She's poking me. She can't wait to get onto the radio show. I know she wants to be my co-host. Down the future, not now, but down the road, I could tell. She wants to be the Kim and Tina show. You know, she might want to be the Tina and Kim show. Yeah, exactly. So, but we're so thrilled to have her here today. So the clocks are working not succinctly as I'm looking at it, so I'm not sure. Are we at 11:12, Steve? Okay, all right, I got it. So we're doing good. So let's talk a little more about what's going on with you. Now, I just did a presentation. I was a guest speaker at the 8th Annual Caregiver Conference in St. Pete this weekend, this Saturday. And it was for the Sandra Lynn Center in St. Pete, but they had it held at the Suncoast Hospice Center in St. Pete, and it was phenomenal. We had 93 caregivers there. And I got to speak and help them connect, and really the whole thing was about having tools in your toolkit as a caregiver. And that's so important because you want to have your stuff in one place or 2 places, maybe in the car, maybe at the office, maybe even at home when you travel, so that if there is that call, you get that call, or you get that news that things aren't really happening well. You want to have like your resources, your place to go that's going to help calm you down, make you feel a little less stressed, and perhaps connect with some caregivers, other caregivers who are going through your journey. And so we did this great presentation. I was supposed to talk for 40 minutes. It ended up to be over an hour because they had so many questions about caregiving. So for instance, I am a caregiver. I'm concerned about what my next step is for my mother. So these were 2 sisters. My mother, she's in rehab. What's the next step? What's the best place for her to go to next? How do we care for her? That was all in one question. Another one was, this was one's interesting. I am a caregiver. I have children, and I grew up with my grandparents, so I knew how to take care of my grandparents. I knew how to be a caregiver. I have children who are all over the world. How do I know who is going to be my caregiver? And that was a great question. We had a wonderful conversation. So I got to run around the room with the microphone because a lot of people had opinions about that question. And we had a really great interaction. And then another one was really about someone who just had to tell her story. She didn't even have a question, but she was sitting at the table by herself. And at the end of the question, her telling the story, how she's a caregiver and how she's taking care of her mother-in-law and all the different family dynamics, I said, why are you sitting by yourself? You're such a lovely person. So we helped her get connected to another table where there were other caregivers. They just pulled the chair out for her. They said, come join us at our table. So caregivers really do have that heart. And that's what we want to take care of, the heart of being a caregiver. And today we're really going to be talking about optimal care from the inside out. And that's such a great way to be able to take care of ourselves. This is another tool to have in your toolkit. This is another way for you to explore about being a caregiver during this journey, this important journey in your life. It could be long-term, it could be short-term, but whatever it is, it's yours and you want to own it. I had another caregiver who asked me, this was really interesting, and this was at the end. I feel blamed. I have other family members in my life who blame me for the decisions I made while taking care of a loved one. That is very tough. If you have some questions, we want you to join us. You could do it live right now, and our toll-free number is 1-877 897-8255. Again, this is a number you want to keep on your iPhone, your iPad, your Galaxy, any of your Samsung Galaxy apparatus devices, your number at home, at work, when you travel. This toll-free number, again, is 1-877-897-8255. Call us and join us. We're going to have, again, Andy Fernandez, who is from Eden's Organics, and Tina Costa, RN and Regional Sales Manager at Arcadia Home Care and Staffing. They're going to be with us, so stay with us, too. I'm Kim Linder, your host of the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
Caregiving can be an overwhelming and stressful experience. Aston Gardens, Tampa Bay's premier senior living community, is excited to be able to support those who care for others. Please join them the third Thursdays of the month at 5:30 p.m. to learn creative problem-solving techniques and caregiving ideas from others who have been in your shoes. Aston Gardens specializes in independent living, assisted living, and memory care. Chosen for the third year in a row by the U.S. Commerce Association for the Best of Tampa Bay Award in residential care. Call 813-855-2811 or visit AstonGardens.com for more info.
Injured in a car accident or suffering from back and joint pain for a while? Clearly, you need to see a doctor. Call Dr. Ben, a chiropractor with 25 years experience. He listens, he cares, he gets results. His common sense approach? Coaching patients to be self-sufficient and less doctor-dependent. Let's face it, there are many things you can do to improve your health. Call Dr. Ben at 727-488-8044. Mention the Caregiver Hour radio show for a free examination. 727-488-8044. Dr. Ben, your coach to better health. 727-488-8044.
Hi, it's Kim Linder from the Caregiver Hour. I want to tell you about an attorney in Clearwater that I have known for over 7 years. His name is Bill Rambaum, and I have referred many families to him for his legal expertise. Bill is one of less than 100 attorneys to be evaluated by the Florida Bar and become certified as a specialist in elder law. His 30 years of experience and impeccable credentials make him one of the most highly regarded legal experts in our area. Give Bill a call today at 727-781-5357 or visit rambaumlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
I'm Mike Lavoie with Beacon Asset Management. While 30 years of experience in financial services may have prepared me to be a certified financial planner, no amount of planning could have prepared me for the stress of being a caregiver. The financial planning my dad and I did when my mother became ill made caring for her bearable. At Beacon, we are committed to helping you take care of your financial needs so you can take care of your loved ones. Give us a call at 813-269-0732. 813-269-0732.
You may have a loved one or know someone who suffers with depression, anxiety, grief due to loss, or other mental health concerns. Perhaps they struggle with substance abuse, an addiction, or have a co-occurring condition. There is help. The choice is yours. North Tampa Behavioral Health offers a peaceful therapeutic setting for effective treatment towards recovery. Choose North Tampa Behavioral Health so your loved one can start living again. Call 813-922-3300. It's the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ with encouragement, guidance, and support for caregivers. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today's show really is about taking care of yourself, and it's for caregivers only. And I have a lot of people who watch the show who aren't even caregivers, and of course you can join in, but I always like to make caregivers feel very special. And today's show is about optimal care from the inside out. And again, if you have any questions, you want to call us toll-free because there's going to be some fantastic information and ways for you to win some prizes. And that's 1-877-897-8255. I'm so thrilled to be introducing Eddie Fernandez, health coach at Eden's Organics. So, Eddie, welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show.
Thank you for having me, Kim. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You know, Eddie and I met recently, and I just loved what he's doing for our community. So, Eddie, why don't you tell us about Eden Organics?
Eden's Organics is it's an online store where people can go and place their order for organic foods and get them delivered to their home. What I have learned through the years is there's many diets out there. There's many people giving advice. But what I've learned is the best way to stay healthy is to stick with foods that are natural, unadulterated, just the way they grow. So that's pretty much all we offer, are foods that are natural 100%.
Let's give them your website right now. I have that as www.edensorganics.com. And tell us when they go there, and I'm hoping that our listeners are doing that right now and our viewers, what are they going to see?
Well, there's several categories you can choose from. We started off originally just doing organic produce.
Yes.
And as time progressed, a lot of our customers asked us, can we also get nuts? Can we get dried fruits? Can we get fish for them? Can we get grass-fed local beef? So throughout time, we've added those products. So what they'll see is they'll see categories. The top 4 are fruit boxes, vegetable boxes, mixed boxes, and then juicing boxes.
So I'm holding right in my hand now the bananas that you brought today, that organic, apples and avocado. Tell us about these products.
Well, they're just the way God made them. There's no chemicals. There's no pesticides needed. Organics are important because if the soil that plants are grown in is not mineral rich, the plants won't thrive.
Okay. So this kind of takes us to why organic. Is there really much of a difference between organic and conventional? And what would your answer be?
There's a huge difference.
Okay.
Going back to what I was saying about the dirt, if the dirt it doesn't have the right minerals, then the plant can't thrive and the plant's immune system won't be strong. And when that happens, the plant gets sick and then it gets pests and bugs. And then the farmers come in and they spray chemicals, pesticides and herbicides to keep the bugs off. But in the meanwhile, people are eating not only foods that are contaminated with the chemicals, pesticides and herbicides, but the fruit or the vegetable itself doesn't have the proper minerals.
Okay.
So you're not eating nutrition.
Okay. Pure nutrition.
Pure nutrition.
Right.
So organics are very important because you avoid all those chemicals to begin with, plus you're getting mineral dense food, which is what our bodies thrive on. And plus it tastes way better.
It does taste way better. I'm going to have a bite of that beautiful apple of yours. I'm like Adam and Eve.
They're sweeter.
It's sweet. It's juicy. It's so crisp. I love it. So thank you
Good.
for bringing that in.
You're welcome.
You actually, I want to talk to you a little more about the idea of how you're delivering it. When I've done 2 events with you just in the last 3 days, we did one on Friday at Aston Gardens, their Healthy Expo, and then I introduced you to a ton of people who are really, and you've created quite a buzz about what you do. But then I did the other event on Saturday in St. Pete, and the women, mostly women, were there. They love the idea that you would also deliver it to their home or to their office. So I kind of extended that concept, and they thought that was phenomenal. I think you're going to get a great response.
Good.
Yeah, tell us a little more about the different size orders that people can have.
Well, we have boxes starting at $34, and that's for any size, any small box, whether it be all fruit or all vegetable or mix or for juicing.
So it could be whatever they want.
Whatever they want. The smalls are $34, the mediums are $44, and the larges are $54. We never charge extra for delivery. It's all incorporated into the price. Once someone has chosen their produce, because we feel that's the most important thing you could be eating out of all the food groups, you got to pick a produce box. Then you can add, if you guys eat beef,
Yes.
we have it local. It's grass-fed, grass-finished, antibiotic-free, and hormone-free. So you can add that to your produce box. We have wild fish. We have narrowed it down to red grouper and speckled trout. They're individually portioned vacuum seal packs. Those come in like a little separate disposable cooler almost, separate gel packs to keep them frozen until you get to them. And we've also got things like local honey. Local honey is very important. Local bee pollen. Everything is harvested right here in Hillsborough County. As far as the honey, the beef, bee pollen, those items are all local.
That's wonderful. We like to know that our community can sustain us.
Yes.
And you're doing that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's great. If anyone would like to connect with Eddie, the best way to do it is on your website. Why don't you give them the information?
It's www.edens Organics. That's EDENSORGANICS.com. And once you go on the site, you can browse through it and get your shopping done. Usually people take about 5 to 10 minutes to get all their shopping done. And then we deliver every Tuesday.
Okay, we were going to ask how often do you deliver every Tuesday, and how far do you deliver, and do you deliver extra, if it's extra mileage, do you deliver that way?
We've capped it to a 25-mile radius
Okay.
from the Tampa airport. So
Okay.
if you're within 25 miles of the Tampa airport, you're good.
Okay.
If someone's 1 or 2 miles outside of the zone, just contact us and we'll probably add that zip code for you as a courtesy.
Okay.
But it's all of Pinellas County, almost all of Hillsborough County, most of Pasco County. It's pretty much the Bay Area.
That's wonderful. And we actually have put together a basket for you as a giveaway today. So if you would like a small box of Eden Organics, we want you to be in touch with us. You can do it either the first caller on the show today, or you can iChat us right now because we are live web stream, or you can email me after the show, and I'll be happy to give you this prize. And we'll set up a time and a place for you to receive it. And we want you to be able to personalize it as well for your needs. Again, our toll-free number right now during the show is 1-877-897-8255. So, Eddie, tell me, sometimes do customers say they need to modify something or if they need to cancel it because they're going on vacation? Like, how does that work? Do they have to join a club? Like, how do you work that?
We don't charge any membership fees, sign-up fees, anything like that. All of our products across the board are available either weekly, bi-weekly, or as a single order.
Okay.
So a lot of times people will have a weekly mixed box, and then once a month they'll add the 5 pounds of raw almonds.
Okay.
If they do have a subscription in place, they can always log into their account and suspend it while they're gone, or they can call us in and we'll do it for them.
Okay, that sounds great. What else would you, as a health coach, like to be able to share with our listeners and viewers, Eddie?
Eat as natural as possible. There's tons of people that are, making gluten-free breads, but they still may have the yeast, which is not really good for you either. The closer you eat to nature, the better it is for you.
The other question that some of the caregivers had that I met with this week was about the cost. What is the cost? And I know that we have about a minute, and we actually have a caller. So why don't we take that? That's Donna from St. Pete for the gift basket.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, Donna, and welcome to the Caregiver Hour radio show.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So you won the gift basket, and I will call you afterwards, and we'll put that together for you, and then we'll figure out where to meet you and deliver that for you.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
And our producer, Steve, will take your information. Do you have a question for Eddie by any chance? We have about another minute.
I just, the website was Eden Organics, is that correct?
It's with an S, Edens, E-D-E-N-S.
Oh, Edens, okay.
Yeah, it's plural
Okay,
Edens and plural Organics.
Okay, I will be looking it up.
Awesome.
Okay, and please leave your information with Steve. Thank you so much for calling us.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. So as we're kind of coming to a close, we're going to have you come back at the end of the show, Eddie, and think of maybe some tips that you can really share with our listeners, because obviously they want to know about organic and living organically, but they just don't know how to incorporate that maybe into their traditional lifestyle right now. And it could be a hectic lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And I know you relate to that. So we want you to stay with us because we've got a great guest. We've got Tina Costa from Arcadia Home Care and Staffing. And again, we're going to be talking about how to really care for yourself as a caregiver from the inside out. I'm Kim Linder.
From the Simpson Air Studios, this is 1250 Winds WHNZ, Tampa Bay, an iHeart radio station.
Attention annuity owners and shoppers. A revolutionary new annuity rated #1 in class by Barron's. No need to pay ridiculous commissions and expensive fees. Save thousands each and every year. Go to NoCommissionAnnuity.com for your free cost comparison report. NoCommissionAnnuity.com.
You've saved your entire life, so you deserve a retirement that's active and worry-free. Strawberry Ridge is a gated, active adult community offering a host of activities and luxury amenities. Strawberry Ridge is located on State Road 60 in Valrico, close to Tampa in the heart of Central Florida. Stop by for a personal tour. Mention this ad to receive special offers on their newly renovated homes. And visit them online at strawberryridgefla.com. That's strawberryridgefla.com. It's not just a place to live, it's a lifestyle.
It's time for the Morgan & Morgan Legal Brief.
A firm's mission statement defines your hopes, dreams, and aspirations. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We take very seriously our obligations to our clients, many who come to us in their most desperate hour. Our mission is you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Each franchise independently owned and operated. Offer good on selected signature series only. Ask for details.
Hey, Julie. Thanks for coming over.
Aw, thanks for inviting me. Wow, the place looks amazing. Did you redecorate or something?
Well, I did get new shades.
New shades? That's it? Can I get your decorator's number?
Actually, they're from Budget Blinds. They have all these amazing window coverings. And they design, measure, and even install. I didn't have to lift a finger.
It's the Window Fashions event at Budget Blinds. Get $100 off every $500 you spend. Plus, get a free personal design consultation. That's an amazing savings on tons of gorgeous window coverings, backed with a no questions asked warranty. To save $100, plus receive a free personal design consultation, call Budget Blinds now at 1-800-640-8191. See for yourself how easy it is to change the look of your home during our Window Fashions event. Call 1-800-640-8191 now to request your free, no-obligation consultation. Hurry, this incredible sale ends this Sunday. Call now, 1-800-640-8191.
Need AC? Call Simpson Air, the coolest guys in town. Log on to thecoolestguys.com.
This report is brought to you by SpeedCounts.com. If your computer's running slow, remember SpeedCounts.com. Get a free computer diagnosis. In minutes, you can activate SpeedCounts.com software to remove computer viruses, junk files, and clutter that slow down your computer. Increase your computer speed today. Visit SpeedCounts.com.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center, looks like the interstates are moving along pretty well. We do have an accident on Dale Mabry at County Line Road, a crash in the right lane westbound on Dr. King Jr. Boulevard at McIntosh, an accident wrapping up from 22nd Street at Osborne Avenue, and a minor crash on 34th Street at Emerson Avenue South. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Udowick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
1250 winds, Weather Center forecast, mid-70s this afternoon, and sunshine with a little bit of hazy cloud coverage, otherwise sunny skies, and we'll stay dry today, lows down into the mid-50s. Tomorrow reaching 80, and then we'll see those 80s the rest of the week, around 80, some low 80s each day. A little increasing cloud cover by midweek, and then towards the end of the week also, but still going to stay warm, sunny, and dry for the most part. And through the weekend, looking at the extended forecast, not even seeing a chance of showers till Sunday, then about 20%. Wall Street Dow's up 89, NASDAQ positive 41, the S&P Index gaining 11, down to 16,412.
The Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ. It's about taking care of yourself while you take care of others. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Caregiver Hour radio show. We are having a great time because we're talking about optimal care from the inside out, and we just had Eddie Fernandez from Eden's Organics on, and Donna from St. Pete won the basket. So if you're someone who's interested in living optimally and living organically, you want to get in touch with Eddie. Again, their website is www.edensorganics.com. And now we have the wonderful Tina Costa, RN and Regional Sales Manager at Arcadia Home Care and Staffing with us now. So you're on every month.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Isn't
you're hanging out. It is. I love it.
I'm liking it.
Are
It's
you?
regular. It's consistent.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yes, it is good stuff. So, Tina, we're talking.
But you put me in a different spot.
I did.
You messed with me.
Well, I'm in a different spot, too.
I know.
So we have to be flexible.
I'm trying.
Okay, I moved your cheese just a little. And you're going to be okay.
And I'm good. I had a few minutes to get situated, find my aura.
But I wanted
here.
you next to me. That okay? I could have put you on the other side, but I thought
No.
No.
I'd be climbing over to
right.
get
It's
over
like
here.
the Mike and Mike show. It's the Kim and Tina show.
The Kim and Tina
Yeah,
show.
we got to be together. All right, so let's talk. We're talking organically. We're talking living optimally. We're talking nutrition. Tell us how, as a private duty home care company, how can you assist your clients by talking nutritionally?
Okay. Well, I think probably the biggest source of it is a lot of times we're coming in and we don't know at the beginning what their nutritional habits are, what their dietary restrictions might be, what their activity level is. So I would say if we can be involved or at least educate whoever's doing the grocery shopping, if Eden's Organics is not in the picture and we're just going to the regular, Publix, Winn-Dixie, Cash and Carry, is helping them to identify what are some good foods that they should be purchasing. So a lot of times our caregivers are doing that shopping. They're also doing meal planning and meal preparation with them. So, it's a very involved process in terms of everybody should be contributing, from the client themselves to their family, their support system, all of that.
But this is where you are so pivotal because they're in that caregiver overwhelmedness state of mind.
Correct. And sometimes, it's quick and easy.
Right.
Is quick and easy.
We're not judging anyone here. We're
Right.
just trying to guide them the best that we can. But just having that person from Arcadia come in and just asking the right questions and guiding them could help them take to another level of care.
Absolutely.
So that they're showing that we care about you, the caregiver, as well as your loved one. And we're thinking that there might be some things that we can help you with. And that might feel like refreshing. Remember the beginning of the show, I was talking about expansion. This is expansion.
Right.
This is by helping and supporting someone in their environment, which is you're so lucky to be able to be in their environment to then really see what's going on.
Well, and
be able to
hopefully,
guide them.
right, they're already comfortable there anyway.
Right.
They're in familiar surroundings. Hopefully they got their family and their friends involved. But a lot of times it's, they will take the advice or the word of someone that's in more of an objective role,
Yes.
as opposed to their son or their daughter
Right.
or their niece or their nephew. Will look at us as a professional coming in and hopefully be able to assess, attach some credibility to that. And maybe it might be a little easier for us to make even a slight change can make a
Right.
big, huge difference
Right.
in their life, in their healing process, in their disease state, wherever they are. So,
and teaching them how it all is connected.
which it is. We all
Right.
know nutrition is like the core of everything.
Yes.
And if something's off there, it can have a domino effect to other things.
That's excellent. So how do you describe a client's path to good health and maintaining independent and eating the right food? Like, how do you bring that conversation in?
Well, I think that
I only ask that because there could be many caregivers that are like, I hadn't even thought of that yet, and I love that Kim and Tina are having this conversation because
Right.
this is what I want to do.
Well,
So-
I think it needs to start with, and we provide a nurse that comes out there and does a
Right.
full assessment, even whether or not we're going to start services or not. So I think it's about asking the right questions and trying to incorporate what they like into it as well. It doesn't mean you have to eat, take away everything that you enjoy.
Right.
But I think there's a way to balance that. So I think doing the assessment is essential. Knowing their medical history is important and what diagnosis we're dealing with. They may have dietary restrictions because of medications that
Right.
they're on, because of a recent diagnosis, or even a chronic illness that they've had. So a lot of times it's, like I said, it's a group effort. It may be involving the physician as well because, again, good nutrition leads to a faster healing process for the simple
we
reason,
all want.
right? Which we all want. So I mean, we want to have all the benefits of being at home. It's more than just having the things around you and the people around you that you love. It's also about what you're putting into your body.
Yes.
That you definitely have more choices at home than you would have in a different type of setting.
I mean, because what a great response to if you go back to the doctor and they're like, wow, you're
Right.
doing great. We just got
Yeah.
back your blood work and you're fantastic. What are you doing
Exactly.
differently?
They're going to say, well, we're talking to Arcadia. That's what we're doing. So,
Let's give them your number. Because
Exactly.
they would like to call
Absolutely.
and set up that interview, correct?
Okay, absolutely.
Mhm.
And
That assessment.
we answer the phone 24 hours a day,
Yes, you
7
do.
days a week, Kim. So, and you can attest to that.
Yes.
But the number is 727-579-9414. And if you call during working hours, you're going to get Tammy or Sue or even possibly Teresa. She's my director of nursing
Okay.
and that kind of thing. If you call after hours, you're going to get our on-call person, which is also one of those people. So it's nice. You're going to talk to the same people after hours that you talk to during the day.
I know firsthand the wonderful services that Arcadia provides because I've been on quite a few of the assessments where a caregiver calls me and then I actually go out with your nurse and watch what happens, and they do a fabulous job. And then I follow up and I actually sit with the family and just find out what has happened and how well things are going. So
Right.
we're really here to help you. So really, as Tina is really this wonderful person and RN Regional Sales Manager at Arcadia Home Care and Staffing, it's her team that also supports her that's in your office.
I couldn't do it without them.
They call me. They're like, they're so great. Kim, we got a call from the helpline, and we want to help this caregiver. How can we do this together? So
Yeah, because
it's great.
nobody can do it. It takes a village, Kim.
It does. It does.
It does. And I have a good village.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We're very fortunate to have you in our community, Tina, and your
thank you.
team. So tell us again, when you are meeting with a family, do you discuss exercise at all? Like, how do you look at that? Is it a holistic approach?
Oh, I think so,
Okay.
without a doubt. I mean, it's I guess the important part is to identify, to personalize the program for them in varying degrees. I mean, you don't have to go out and run 2 miles
Right.
to get what we consider good quality exercise. It's just about moving more than what you did before, or moving what body parts that you're able to move, whether it's from a sitting position, whether you're laying down in bed and getting range
Right.
of motion. I think it's just the idea of keeping the blood circulating. So I tell people, and it needs to be consistent. If you're going to do it 1 day a week for 10 minutes, probably not the good effect that you want. Do it 3 days a week for 20 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever you can do. I mean, a lot of times what we do on that initial assessment is determine what activity level they can handle. Where are they now, and how can we progress that just a little bit to get them to where they're feeling better?
It's good to have goals.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and not get stagnant, not get bored. So do different things. When we talked about the nutrition piece, a big part of private duty home care is matching your caregiver with your client. It's huge because if, for example, we've got a lot of people, they love their food. They're foodies, and
Right.
a lot of what they love home cooking too. So, I mean, it's important that we match caregivers that get it and that can relate to that client and what they need. So, and that, what I tell people all the time between the initial assessment, finding the right caregiver, it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes we get it right away. Doesn't happen all the time. It's just like any relationships or letting a stranger into your home. So I say, be patient, give us time. We get to know you, you get to know us, and then we find a good fit. But yeah, the activity and exercise is huge, whatever we can get them to be able to tolerate.
So it's overall wellness.
Absolutely,
Yes.
without a doubt.
And this really goes back to the optimal care, the title of the show, From the Inside Out. And as we close this, we've got about a few more minutes, Tina. When I say optimal care from the inside out, what comes up for you for your clients?
Well, probably a couple of things, not only nutrition, but their mental well-being, their psychological well-being, their socialization is huge. So for us, it really doesn't do us any good if we only target 1 or 2 of those, because it's going to fall down somewhere else.
Right.
And we all know that the better you feel on the inside, the better you look on the outside, the more you're going to want to socialize, be with people. We don't want people to isolate themselves. And a lot of times, and I think we're going to put a flyer up about this during the commercial time, but is giving the caregiver a break.
Mm-hmm.
We just get in there and take over for them so that they can get out for an hour, 2 hours, whatever they need. So I think for us, it's holistic. It's about, and if they can't physically do a lot of activity, you want to stay mentally active. Keep the brain cells going, whether that's playing cards, board games, whatever it may be that somebody
Even
enjoys
taking
doing.
a walk outside and
Absolutely.
getting connected to nature now. I mean, because the birds are out, the fish are out. It's just
It
nice
makes,
to be able to be
it
out.
makes a big difference
Plants
if you're
and trees.
you're stuck in your room, and
Right.
we're dealing with a little couple now right up in
Mhm.
Pasco County, and he's had some recent illnesses that have struck him and have
Oh.
kind of, normally he was a very physically active
Mhm.
guy, so to all of a sudden go from playing golf and going to the gym
Right.
and swimming to not bedridden but having a lot of challenges with energy level. For him, it's a big thing to get out and just take a walk around the block.
I bet.
But it took a while to get him to do that, and now he is, and it makes a huge difference. So it's also encouraging those baby steps that they
Sure.
make. Huge difference.
So I have on my website something called Kim's Preferred List, and Arcadia Home Care and Staffing is right there up there with that list. So if you're at our website right now or going later, just go to thecaregiverhour.com and look at the bottom of the page, and you can connect to the sponsors right away. And Arcadia is right there. But if they want to call your office, Tina, how do they reach you?
Absolutely. 727-579-9414. And also if they want to go to the web, and we have an actual page specific for each of our offices, so they can go to www.arcadiahomecare.com, and if they want to, they can either pick a location from that website, or they can do /ST Petersburg, and it'll go right to our page.
That
That's
sounds
on there.
wonderful. We want you to stay with us because we're going to have Eddie and Tina back talking about nutrition. I'm Kim Linder. You're listening to the Caregiver Hour on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
If you or a loved one experience bladder control problems, here's important news.
For more than 5 years now, the nice ladies at the Caregiver Partnership have taken the time to understand my needs, suggest the best choices of bladder control products for me, and always get the right product delivered to my door fast and with free shipping.
To get started, simply call 800-985-1353 for your free catalog and $60 in coupons. Many people just like you trust the Caregiver Partnership for convenient home delivery of bladder control products, and they have more than 500 to choose from. Call now. The call is free, shipping is free, and your satisfaction is guaranteed.
The Caregiver Partnership treats me like family and really knows their stuff, and they keep my business private.
Call 1-800-985-1353 now to receive your free catalog with $60 in coupons. That's 1-800-985-1353. Call now. The voice in the preceding advertisement is not the voice of an actual customer.
Your home is where you feel relaxed, safe, and secure. Arcadia Home Care understands that you want to maintain that freedom and independence, even though you may be recuperating from an injury, illness, or simply require a little support with daily activities of living. You create a plan for your life as you envision it, and you can rest assured Arcadia will provide companionship, personal care, housekeeping, shopping, and errands, or whatever you need. They deliver their services with compassion, dependability, and professionalism. Their caregivers are screened, bonded, and insured, and must meet rigorous hiring standards, so you are confident you're receiving the best care possible for you or your loved one. Visit ArcadiaHomeCare.com or call St. Petersburg at 727-579-9414 or Tampa at 813-651-1300 to schedule your free in-home assessment and learn how Arcadia can enhance your quality of life while helping you stay at home and healthier longer. Arcadia Home Care, providing quality services since 1978.
Caregiving has gotten harder and more complicated, even as families have more and more demands on their time. That's why AARP is here to help caregivers with the tools, information, and support they need to care for their loved ones and themselves. Check out aarp.org/caregiving to connect with other caregivers like yourself and find the resources you need. Visit the AARP Caregiver Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Caring for an elderly parent or a loved one with special needs can be challenging, stressful, and frustrating. If you need help finding the best professionals in the field of home care, legal advice, integrated practitioners, respite care, or a great support group, call the Caregiver Helpline at 1-877-552-4950. That's 1-877-552-4950. It's a free service provided by the Caregiver Resource Network. Call 1-877-552-4950 or go to thecaregiverhour.com. Hi, it's Kim Linder from the Caregiver Hour. I want to tell you about an attorney in Clearwater that I have known for over 7 years. His name is Bill Rambaum, and I have referred many families to him for his legal expertise. Bill is one of less than 100 attorneys to be evaluated by the Florida Bar and become certified as a specialist in elder law. His 30 years of experience and impeccable credentials make him one of the most highly regarded legal experts in our area. Give Bill a call today at 727-781-5357 or visit rambaumlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
It's the Caregiver Hour on 1250 Wins WHNZ with encouragement, guidance, and support for caregivers. Here's your host, Kim Linder.
Hello, everyone. I hope you have been watching the show or listening to the show. Either way, if you miss something or you want to just watch it, the whole thing all over again, you can do that right on our website. We have it up later today. We have the podcast. You can listen to it, but you also have the live web stream. And again, our website is www.thecaregiverhour.com. And we also have our resource helpline available 24/7 for caregivers. If you're stressed out, if you're tired, if you need a rest, or you want to know what elder law attorney you need to connect with or what home care company you should be using, you want to visit our website because you have Kim's preferred list, but you also have the helpline where you can connect with them directly. And again, that toll-free number for the resource helpline is 1-877-552-4950. And I'm the caregiver coach. I answer your questions. And in fact, we got one on our survey. And this is a woman that I'm going to be back in touch with, but she said her biggest fear or concern as a caregiver is using my best judgment, but still not doing the right thing for my mom, both medically and financially. So she left me her email address, and I'm going to be getting in touch with her and supporting her and really listening to what's going on. But I just helped another family caregiver in Texas who was in such turmoil because she's the oldest sister, and it's her younger sister who actually has the power of attorney and the ability to help care for her parents, and she does not agree with how her sister is taking care of them. So we had this fabulous conversation, and we really were able to come to terms with why her sister is now in control of that situation and how she can still support her. So again, as a caregiver, there are so many situations that come up, and that is my passion. This is my mission. My purpose in life is to be here for you. And that's why we have this toll-free helpline available 24/7. Again, it's 1-877-552-4950. Use it, and you'll be very happy that you did, because I have wonderful resources to help support you in your caregiver journey. And speaking of which, we have some events coming up, and these are all posted on our website. But just in case you're curious, we have something called the Caregiver Education Series, and it's with the Alzheimer's Association, the Florida Gulf Coast chapter. And CareMinders is hosting it, and they had one on Thursday, March 27th, but there's another one coming up this Thursday, April 3rd, from 2 p.m. to 3:30, and the topic will be activities at the home. And this is something that Tina was talking about earlier, how you want to keep your loved one stimulated and motivated, and having activities at the home would be a great topic. But they have a whole series. Let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are all happening during April and May. So you want to go to my website and look under events, and I'll be happy to help you. We also have something on April 3rd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're in Largo, the Largo Cultural Center is the location. But if you're in Largo and maybe that's a better location for you, you can go to that. It's called Alzheimer's Talk. And I think that's a great title, and it'll be really interesting to see who is going to be talking and what topics they're going to be speaking about. So, for instance, they have Dr. David Morgan, who is from the Bird Institute, and he's spoken at our symposiums, and he's phenomenal. And Eileen Poyley, who is who helps caregivers. I've had her on the show, and she's also been has spoken a few times with me, and she is she has so much information. So she's a fabulous speaker. And Dr. Amanda Smith, also another person who's committed to Alzheimer's and finding a cure and helping caregivers really understand and educate you. Again, that's April 3rd, and that's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a whole day event at the Largo Cultural Center, also up on my website. But I really want to get back to our conversation about optimal care from the inside out for caregivers. And Tina Costa, we were just talking really about how your caregivers really help families create that conversation, those activities. Tell us a little more, and then show us your door prize. You've got a door prize today for listening and watching the show.
Absolutely. Well, and I will tell you, coming from someone, I will confess, I'm not the best when it comes to nutrition. It's kind of like, I know what you're supposed to eat and what you're not supposed to eat. It's just sometimes I choose not to listen to that. Okay. So it's, I get it that some people struggle with it.
Yes.
And something that Eddie and I were just discussing is it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can, slowly integrate. And that's what we try to do with our clients as well, so that they're not feeling like they're being taken over and that somebody's coming in there and changing everything, telling them what they were doing before was wrong, what they need to be doing now is right. It's not about that. It's about slow acceptance, I think, and slow integration.
Right. You don't want your refrigerator all changed or your pantry.
Yeah,
that's going to feel a little uncomfortable.
Right. And some have families, too.
Yes.
So, you want it to, hopefully, if you can, touch everybody.
But we were talking if you could just have some of those raw almonds, right, Eddie?
Yep.
Yeah, the raw almonds or the honey would even be
great. As opposed to a bucket of M&Ms or something, right, Eddie?
Yep. Or some dehydrated mango.
Because I don't know any organic M&Ms anywhere.
No, unfortunately they haven't made those yet.
No, not yet. But when they do, they will sell out, trust me.
Yeah.
So why don't we show them what you have to offer?
So what we brought today was, and actually it's a couple of things, but Kim tells me on Friday that we're going to be giving stuff away. So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So I can't give away me. So that means as far as services go, I know Eddie's got the food and everything to give away. So what we did was we've got a gift basket here, which has absolutely nothing organic
Perfect.
in it, Eddie. Sorry about that.
Can you show the basket?
Sure. Let's see. Here we go.
There you go.
Yep. There we
That's
go.
perfect.
We have wine and chocolates and crackers and cheese and chocolate truffles, and it's just amazing. So, and it comes in a really nice container as well.
Very pretty. So available for regifting as well.
Correct.
If someone needs to. So tell us how they can get that.
What they can do, obviously, if somebody wants to call in now, they can, or shoot us an email, or however they call the office if they want to. The first caller is going to be awarded. I've also got, in addition to that, an Arcadia goodie bag that has all sorts of Arcadia promotional items. It's got an educational book in here on dementia and resources.
That's fabulous.
It's got a book in here on home care and how to choose the right home care company, things like that. Some educational and some fun stuff inside, plus a nice little canvas bag.
Can you show the book for a second?
Sure.
So people will see that.
I love this. We give this to our caregivers. We give it to many of our clients.
Karen
it's
Truman's
awesome.
book.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Karen Truman.
She's amazing.
It's
amazing. Good, and it's in terms that a layperson can understand, and it goes for the different processes from someone who's been newly diagnosed to someone that's kind of moving on in the stages of the disease process to help them cope.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
So good quality. I can tell you that book is a wealth of information and very beneficial. And that basket looks pretty delicious. So if you want to call in, you can still do that. We've got a few more minutes left to the show. It's 1-877-897-8255. Or you can always email me, Kim@thecaregiverhour.com. But the beauty is that we want you to pick it up at the Arcadia Home Care and Staffing office in St. Pete.
Yep, I will have it there sometime today, so they can come by anytime starting tomorrow and pick up both items. The address is 710 94th Avenue North, and that's Suite 300, and that's St. Petersburg 33702.
I'm thinking some of those women that I met on Saturday at the event will be calling you soon because they love good food.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love good food. So, Eddie, we were coming back to you and really trying to maybe help our caregivers understand why they would want to choose organics, at least bring some of it in. Do you have some of the nuts you were showing me and some of the honey? Why don't we show people a visual so that they could just start with a simply, do you see the camera? There you go.
Great. The almonds make great snacks.
Yep.
The dried fruits make great snacks.
And caregivers need that.
They're simple. What we try to do is, like Tina was saying, nobody can eat perfectly 100%.
Right.
And we encourage people to at least get a medium fruit box coming once a week. Just something to have around the house, because if it's there, you'll eat it.
Absolutely.
And that's what we encourage. Some families use us 100% for all their food needs.
That's great.
And it's just a way to help people make it simple to be healthy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Eddie, for being on our show, and Tina Costa and Eddie Fernandez. We wish you a beautiful day. And in closing, we really hope that you will take care of yourselves as well as you take care of others from inside out. I'm Kim Linder, your host of the Caregiver Hour on 1251's WHNZ. See you next Monday.